Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dale Valor here with another MVD exclusive video. So listen, check this out. I was talking to somebody via Instagram the other day, and one of the things that they were breaking down to me is how hard it is to know where to start with everything when it comes to dating and relationship advice, because it's like, look, do I work on being able to communicate well first? Should I work on, building confidence for myself first? Should I work on my tonality? Should I work on my body language, my posture? Should I work on that first? And so there's a lot of things a lot of moving parts that can be easily confused as like, oh, this is so overwhelming. There's so much to take in. And I just don't really know where to start because I feel like I'm drinking from a fire hose. And I get it, man, because there really is a lot of things to work on. When you really take a look at your life and you're like, how am I going to make myself the most attractive person that I can possibly be? There might be a lot of things that you need to do, So, and the good thing is that dating and, getting out there and talking to women and things like that, it will shine a spotlight on the things that you need to improve about yourself. And so that's what this channel is predicated on, is helping you as an individual become the most attractive person that you can be and to communicate better and all those things that we talked about. So look, what I wanted to get into today is where to start. So I got a few thoughts on it. We're going to hop into it right now. Let's get it. Number one, small chunk it. See, I think a lot of guys, the problem that they run into and where they get frustrated and like, man, I'm never going to get a girlfriend, or man, I'm never going to go on dates. Man, I'm never going to get the type of women into my life that I want to have there. And I think oftentimes that's because we bite off more than we can chew. There's only so many hours in a day, and to get everything in and work on everything, man, can feel like a full-time job, if you're trying to get yourself up to speed when it comes to self-improvement. And I get that. And that's why I'm a big advocate of taking things and small chunking it, baby stepping it along, so is that way you don't feel overwhelmed. The reason that many guys get into this and with self-improvement and trying to get better and level up and all that kind of thing is because, look, you realize you're in a place that you don't want to be in, and the only way out of it is to improve. And I'm with you. I'm right there with you on that. However, the end game isn't all that's there. Okay, what I mean by that is, okay, ultimately, say you want a girlfriend. Well, the end game is you having a girlfriend, right? But along the way, until you have a girlfriend, it doesn't mean that you're failing. Okay, and I think that's where a lot of guys, misconceive what's going on and fall into the pitfall of, well, I don't have a girlfriend yet, so I guess I'm a failure, and that kind of thing. When that's not it. When I say small chunk it, say for instance, you have a problem talking to strangers, just out and about in public. Maybe you're a shy, reserved person and you just have issue with striking up conversation. All right, man, look, go small and just ask random people questions. Where is the soup aisle? If you're at the grocery store, hey, do you know where Old Navy is? You're at the mall, things like that. And if you can get out there and you can do that simple thing and you find yourself getting more comfortable doing that, that is a victory. Is it the end game? No, but you're showing progress to getting there. All right. And that's what I mean is all those little small victories are going to end up building on top of each other. To inevitably, it's going to pave that road to where it is that you want to go. And so that's what I mean by small chunking it. Take it everything small, piece by piece, and improving on that and not really moving forward to the next thing until you've accomplished the first thing. All right, we're going to hop into number two. Let's go. Number two, health, wealth, and relationships. All right, so what do I mean by that in this context? Well, I believe that all three of those things are intertwined. Health, wealth, and relationships. If you don't feel good, you're not going to go out there and probably move up in your career. And your relationships are going to be shoddy because you just don't really feel like doing anything. And it's just, lethargic and all that. Well, okay, wealth. Look, if you don't have a job and you have zero money coming in and you have zero money in the bank and all that kind of thing, how well do you think that your prospects for relationships are going to go? Probably not very well, man, because you can't go do anything. You can't put gas in your car. You can't go, just there's nothing you can do, And then also with relationships, look, if your relationships are a constant stress on you, how do you think that that's going to affect your work performance? How much do you think that that's going to affect your mental health? Okay, so that's how these things are all intertwined. And the reason that I bring that up is because, look, when it comes to where do you start, these are 3 things that you all need to work on. And listen, the thing is this, all right? Start working on the things that you possibly can do now. Look, you need to make more money. Okay, what can you do to do that? Can you pick up more hours at your job? There's all kinds of things. Hell, can you get in the gym? Relationships. Can you start talking to people? Do what you can do until you can't do that anymore, and then look to level up to the next thing, which the first point was small chunking it. Okay, so break it down, reverse engineer what it is that you want, and then start moving forward with those steps to start accomplishing it, to start getting it done, man. We have all kinds of resources on this channel that gives you all kinds of advice for all of these things. All you got to do is do a deep dive and see what is out there for you and how it can help you. And you look in the comments, if you're having a problem with any of these things, put it in the comments. Let's have a conversation about it, And then that way, maybe your situation is very unique, all right? Fine. All right, let's have a conversation about it. Let's help you get it sorted out, man, So put that in the comments. If you're dealing with health, wealth, or relationship issues, let's hear about it. All right, we're going to get number 3. Let's get it. Number 3, understand who you are. Okay, what do I mean by that? All right, look, you want to go out there, you want to express yourself. You always hear this cliche when it comes to dating advice, just be yourself. And you know what? The thing is, that's not wrong, all right? The problem is, how do you express who you are and express your best self, not just yourself, the best version of you? And a lot of times people just don't really know who they are, and it's hard to attract people into your life if you can't even adequately express who it is that you're throwing out there for them to get to know. I'm not going to just go and just start hanging out with a random stranger who can't tell me anything about themselves outside of, well, I work here, and for fun, I like to do this. And you know how that goes. If you've ever been on a date and had that interviewee type of Q&A back and forth, it's no fun. It sucks, quite honestly. And so in order for you to express who you are, you have to know who you are. Know your intrinsic values, who you are at the core, the values that you bring to the table, the things that you're about, your worldview, your formed opinions, all those things. You need to be able to express that in a way that people can resonate with it. Because look, you may be an opinionated person, and I hope that you are, okay? But if you can't speak the language of the people that you're talking to, how are they going to understand what it is that you mean? You're likely to just come off as abrasive and obnoxious, all right? Unless you're able to talk to people in a way that they can fully understand where it is that you're coming from, leading to who you are. Okay, so if you don't know who you are, take the steps to start figuring it out, man. What values do you bring to the table? All right, and then figure out the best way to express that, all right? And we have, again, so many resources on this channel on how to do that. All right, we're gonna hop into number 4. Let's go. Number 4, work on things simultaneously, all right? So what I mean by that is this. It doesn't have to be a one thing at a time deal, all right? Like earlier we talked about small chunking it, okay? But you can small chunk multiple things, right? I mean, you can walk and chew gum at the same time, right? So this is no different. So what I mean is, say your body language and your posture and those types of things you feel is kind of holding you back. Like, maybe you're a taller guy, and taller guys tend to do this where they kind of lurch, because they're taller than everybody and then they stand out. And so sometimes guys that are on the shy side and things like that, to kind of fix that problem, they just kind of like, slunch over and things like that and lurch around. Well, the thing is, man, if you feel like that is holding you back, you can work on that at the same time as picking up more hours at your job. Or at the gym, or whatever the case might be. You can work on all these things together. It doesn't have to be so overwhelming where you got to work on everything at the same time. But you can do multiple things. The things that you need to work on, just start working on those, but small chunk them. You know, again, say one of the things that you feel like you need to work on is losing some weight. Okay? You can go to the gym and work on your social skills at the same time. And a lot of times you can combine these things. So say, for instance, you feel like that you need to be a little more cultured and you need to read more and know things about, literature and just different subjects and topics and things like that so you can have better conversations. Okay, cool. You know what? When you're at the gym, man, listen to a book on tape. I do that all the time, okay? I find as though it helps me. Maybe you're a guy that's like, well, I got to listen to music while I'm working out. Well, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to listen to 15 minutes of a book while you're on a treadmill or something like that. And then go back to listening to music. It doesn't have to be all out, but do what's comfortable for you and stretch those limitations, stretch that comfort zone a little bit. All right? So listen, a little bit earlier in the video, we talked about health, wealth, and relationships, all right? And how those things all kind of come together. All right, well, we did a video on that a little while back, and we go really deep on what that means and how those things really connect and all that kind of thing. And you can see how that is really the foundation of everything, man, and how those things come together. All right, so what I'm telling you to do is go check that video out, and I will see you there.